Hello again, Gundam Converge fans. We got two new ones here for me. I know nothing about these robots as usual, but I just bought them because they look cool. They're super deformed and funky little robot designs. So let's start with this one called Vigna Ghina. So I've noticed here in Gundam fandom, both of these things are part of the Crossbone Vanguard, which when I click that link, they're either mercenaries or private military contractors. So I have a feeling they might be considered the bad guys in this Gundam universe. And this is actually a small robot, 16 meters and 23 tons. That's actually small for a Gundam. This Den An-Gei thing, that's pretty small also. So these are smaller robots. Although if you look at this image here, compared to this little person here, they're still, those doesn't destroy your house. Alright, we're talking about the toys though, more than the Gundams. Although, I use toys very often to actually learn about other things. So this is number what? I can't read that. 72? There it is. 72, and it came out in 2013, so pretty old. I don't know if Vigna Ghina is pronounced right. Vigna Ghina? Who knows? Alright, on the back, part of this lineup was 69 up to 74. And I actually have this one. That seems weak. Yeah, those all look the same. Alright. I'm not going to eat this piece of gum because that is quite old. Almost a decade old now. This one, let's see here. Let's look at the boxes first. So I guess Den An-Gei? Or Den An-Gei? Den An-Gei? I don't know. Anyways, I think the chassis is called XM-02. And then this is number 192. And then it must be the Wave. I see. It's a Wave 12. And here 188 up to 193. So there's a variation that's black. I don't know if I like these other ones enough. Probably won't get those. And then this one's from 2018. I don't know if I should eat the gum from 2018. No, I'm gonna throw that one out. Let's get the good old scissors out here. We have to get some clippers. So these older ones, you can see they have these really pretty stupid actually clear bases. Let's see as I put one on. Whereas the more recent ones are smarter and they just have a peg and a base like this. Alright, so this clear base sounds rough to say stupid, but look at this. It's not the smartest idea. I mean, it works. It holds the figure up better, but you can't see the back of the figure, right? It's just so tall that I don't know why they were thinking this. And it doesn't even fit very well. It's kind of fitting in there, but... right? So it's kind of silly. Whereas the peg system, much simpler. You only need one base for every Gundam figure. You don't. This figure's base is custom only to those legs, right? No falling off. Just smarter. I don't know what they're thinking in the early stages. Okay, so back to this Vigna Ghina. Alright, let's see if we can find any articulation in this thing. You can't really expect much articulation from these Converge kit things. They're not even kits. What I will say though is up here I'm noticing this is a clear piece of plastic, I think. That's really cool. In fact, let me get the flashlight. It's so much in shadow. Yeah, that's neat. I like that. That's worth the price of admission alone, just having that clear lens visor over the eye area. So we obviously have a metallic silver going on, and then a whole bunch of nice molded details, and vents and rivet marks, and thrusters and big thrusters. That one's kind of lame though in the middle though. The bottom of the feet even have details, little vents and all that stuff again. You can see though the legs will not articulate whatsoever. That's just all one solid piece, no twisting, no nothing. There's a little flex here. It's a PVC body. The arm, though, will rotate at the shoulder, but not anywhere else. Okay, and that fist is just, well, it's a separate piece, but no, it seems to be glued in place. No rotary effect there. There's a little shield here, and then I don't know if these are thrusters or what, but little recesses, so you could add, some black with a Sharpie really easily. Oh man, look at that engine. That is messed up. But you can take a hair dryer or just dip it in hot water, and then once it cools off, hold it in shape, and then when it cools off, it should reset itself. That's the nice thing about PVC figures. They don't have as much detail as ABS, but they're easier to mold. And I think they're easier on the metal molds to make them because it's a softer plastic. Alright, so now naturally this hand here is attached to this rifle there. This decent enough details. Could use a little color though. See, again, the barrel is not in line, so with a little heat, you want to heat it up, just hold it like that and it should reset itself. But we'll pop it in the forearm here. Yeah, okay. And then the head, well, the head does spin. We got a little even detail right there. And that's cool. There's a little printing, XM07. Yeah, that's the chassis number. Okay. Does this come off? It's a separate piece, but I think it's glued in place. Yeah. I like how there's little hoses going here, and they're ribbed, painted like a dark gray. Alright, so that's pretty nice. Just gotta go and fix that thruster thing. But for me, the highlight is, the clear lens there over the optics of the head. It looks like a Roman warrior with, this type of helmet. I don't know what those are called on Roman helmets. They had a bunch of red whatever. I don't know if they're feathers or what on Roman helmets. Alright, I learned some stuff, but not all stuff through toys. But if you leave a comment, maybe you could teach us all. Okay, let's get some clippers out for this thing. So these are just some electronics clippers. I'm going to clip up to that. Oh, this is hard plastic. This is not PVC. This is ABS. Alright, well, let's go with the thing first before I put in some skinny parts that might break. Alright, starting from the bottom, there's that peg hole. Seems to have some thruster details. Again, the feet are totally rigid and locked in. This is nice, a different color thruster here. Very cool. It's like a really dark gunmetal, really dark metallic gray. And then it looks like there's some other thrusters that could probably use a little paint of their own. These little armor plates here, yeah, no movement at all, but nice different colors here and here. So these look like maybe rockets or something that might shoot out of the shoulder, maybe. And then look at this, these eyes again, really cool. They're quite deep. I'm touching the surface right here, right? So, and then it's like a little box back there, so it looks like, an LED emitter or something like that. How cool would it have been if they put LEDs in these things, but then they'd be much pricier. I think these might be guns or something up here. Alright. Then we got some nice red paint detail in these vents. All the detail there in the vents as well. I think that's a door to get the pilot in there. And yeah, nice vent detail here. So yeah, in general, a lot of nice molded details. Sorry if I keep losing focus. Let's see about this arm. I feel like I can see a peg there, but I don't know if the paint is sticky. Yeah, so it's got a hex hole and a round peg, but there's different grays going on, so that's kind of nice. And then it's asymmetric. This one's got a rounded shoulder. So you notice the hand has a square hole in it as well. The head, I don't know if that's meant to come off, but I kind of see like a neck down in there. Yeah, so I don't know. Well, I'm gonna just leave it alone. I don't want to rip the plastic. I must rotate though. Never mind. I think it's just, yeah, it's sticky paint. That's what it is. But yeah, you can see that's nice. The neck has a different darker gray on it. I see. That's a separate piece. This lighter gray of the face. It looks like a gas mask. Interesting. That's nice. Just a little bit of articulation gives us some character. Alright, so now we got this gun. Yeah, it's okay, I guess. Oh, it's got an actual foregrip, but there's no way you're going to get that hand to it, and it doesn't even have an opening to hold it, so there we go. That fits. Nice tight friction fits with these PVC things. And I'm guessing this goes into the head, like right there, and right there, so you know what? You can just hear the friction fit, but it's good. It was not going to just fall apart. You know, you don't need to have glue if it's that tight. Alright, so that's smart that these were separate pieces, because I think they would bend in shipping, and or break because they seem rigid. So they blend nicely into that gas mask area. Yeah, this has the coolest eyes. Alright, very nice. Let's get these guys spinning up on something. So I might as well show a few other Gundams. My tiny little collection of these Converge things. I got this camphor here, and in my video I thought this was the wrong camphor, but it turns out the box that showed this camphor, that was the secret chase version. So this is the correct camphor that I ordered. It's just that the box art doesn't actually match the regular figure, which is kind of a strange thing, I think. It's kind of like false advertising, really. Advertising the secret chase on the box instead of the one you're probably going to get. What do you guys think about that? This is a Rick Dum. Yes. Yeah, I guess that's it for today. What this fit those for. Or actually, if you're curious though, I do a lot of videos on these 1/48 scale Votoms, and I was doing a video earlier, so I might as well just put it in here. So 1/48 scale Votoms have a lot of great articulation. The hatch actually opens and there's a pilot inside there. And it's around 3.5 inches or so if I had to guess. Where these are more like 2.5 inches. Alright, it's getting snagged on the monitor. But obviously, well, maybe not obvious to you, but obvious to me, those Votoms are much more expensive. Because of all that complexity and the fact that they're all out of print and old. Although these are out of print, they must have made millions of these things, right? They're more like gashapon figures, or I guess I would call these gashapon figures because they have very little articulation, but they are nicely painted. All right, let's get these two out and let these two spin on their own. So, even though I never recognized these robots before buying these Converges, like all the other ones, mostly I bought high-grade model kits, so I know about them already. But these are a pleasant surprise because these are the only ones I have that actually have plastic lights, or not lights. I want to see eyes, but they're not really eyes because these are giant robots. Things that resemble eyes, optics on a giant mega robot, and they're actually clear translucent plastic, where all the other ones I have, they're painted, so they're just not as realistic looking, I think, or not as cool. So that was a nice surprise about these two. And sorry for this thing having a spasm. This thing doesn't spin smoothly. So anyways, it just propels me to get some more of these if I can pick them up at a decent price. So I'm sure I'll see another video of these. You'll see another videos of these Converge things coming out. Alright, take care now. Cheers. Bye.